Do you know what's worse than being a New Orleans Saints fan after Drew Brees retires? Being a New Orleans Saints fan and having to drive to work in 8 inches of snow, because that's exactly what they have to do today. Now the question is there better weather on the way, or is there more snow on the way? We're here to break it down for you, and I'm Weatherman Cam, and this is the EF5 network where we don't control the weather, but we can tell you about it. Let's first start with a look at the satellite. Let's talk about what's going on across the United States. There's your storm system right there kicking out to the east. In this area circled here, that's what's left of the snowstorm that brought record-breaking snow along the Gulf Coast. Places like New Orleans, deep south Mississippi, deep south Alabama, and even snow as far south as Florida. So the Sunshine State, well, part of you became the snow state today. And as for you, New Orleans, unfortunately, your beignets are not covered in powdered sugar, but instead they are covered in snow this morning. Like I previously said, this is record-breaking snow that they've seen in New Orleans. They've seen snow before, but nothing like this. The official number at this time coming in at 8 inches of snow in New Orleans, shattering the old record of 2.7 inches of snow. Again, they've seen snow, but this is Chicago. This is Boston-style snow, not New Orleans-style snow. So if you're planning to go out, you probably aren't. But if you are and you're planning to go get your beignets, you might want to check it, because this is a good chance for them to save the money on the powdered sugar and just take them and just rub them in some snow instead and trick you. So check your beignets if you're buying any beignets today. Taking a look at the 48-hour snowfall map, you can see those areas in the purple. Those are the jackpot winners for the snowfall, with New Orleans being the big winner overall for our snowfall totals yesterday. Places like Destin, Gulfport, Biloxi, places that don't typically see snow, typically are used to seeing the beaches. Instead, we're going to be waking up today and seeing just snow on the beaches. No sand, just snow. This is about what it looks like across all of the deep south right now along the Gulf Coast, those places that saw the snow. This is a look at I-10 where you're seeing not as much snow on the road. The heaviest snow, of course, on the grass, but you still see some snow on the road. And again, these places, they don't typically see snow like this. Because of that, they don't have the proper equipment. So as of now, this snow is just going to sit there until it melts. And it's got a couple of days before it's going to be able to melt. But regardless, those road conditions are definitely less than ideal. So be sure, if you are driving out there along the Gulf Coast and you saw the snow, if you are driving, be sure to take some extra time, because again, those road conditions are not in good shape, at least for the next 24 to 48 hours. Now let's answer the question of, is there better weather on the way, or is the weather just going to stay plain out crap, or going to be dealing with some more freeze your off cold? Let's start with a look at the Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. The good news is seasonal weather is back on the way for a lot of the United States, with the exception of the West Coast, and then not for you, New England. New England, you've been cold for a while, and you're just going to stay cold. Now let's talk about the forecast. What's going on over the next several days? Let's talk about the better and seasonal weather that's on the way. We'll first start with a look at what we call the 850 temperature anomaly map. This is just an easier way to pick out those areas that are going to have the below average temperatures or the milder weather on the way. So here we go. Let's take a look we're looking at the European model. Folks, European is king. The GFS, it's American, and we dump the tea in the harbor, but I prefer the European. The European does typically tend to have much better success long term, in my opinion. But here we go. There is your cold mass right there. That's going to be kicking out over the next couple of days, and there could be another shot of cold air, but this is not as cold as we just saw. The air we just had was freeze your ass off cold weather, but this is more of just it's kind of cold weather. Okay, nothing drastic, folks. This will get in and out of here pretty quick, but the good news is, when we get into the weekend, we're going to start to see some better weather flow in from the north, some more mild weather by Monday into Tuesday. You see that reflected there on the orange on your screen there. That orange does give us an idea that there is some warmer temperatures inside them. Not necessarily warm temperatures, but when you compare it to what we see for average temperatures, this is, again, better weather that's flowing into the United States by the start of the next work week. So the good news is, a couple more days of cold weather for a lot of us, except New England. Sorry, New England. But then most of us will be turning pretty seasonal by about the start of the upcoming work week. Now let's take a look at what that looks like on the surface. Let's take a look at the future temperatures for much of the United States. Remember, folks, these computer models are not going to give you exact numbers, especially this far out. Instead, you look at more for an idea on what the temperatures could look like down the stretch. You get an idea if you're dealing with cold weather, mild weather, or just seasonal weather. So here we go. We'll run this out for the next couple of days looking into Thursday. Still some chilly weather across much of the United States. By Friday, Friday, starting to see some better air, especially flowing into Texas and parts of Louisiana. So maybe by Saturday, could start to see some melting take place across Louisiana with that snow that is on the ground. Going into Sunday, still seeing some pretty mild airflow into Texas. And as we get into Monday, here we go with some much better weather on the way, at least for the deep south. Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, you're getting some seasonal temperatures on the way. When I say seasonal, we're talking temperatures that are near average, folks. Continue to play it out as a Monday into Tuesday. There you go, seeing some mild weather surge in for much of the United States, as far north as South Dakota and maybe even into North Dakota. But the good news is, we've been freezing our asses off for a while. And the good news is there is some seasonal weather, some better temperatures that are on the way by about the start of the upcoming work week. And those are going to carry into the middle of the week. Check it out. Check out those oranges down there in portions of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. Getting some mild weather in the mix for Wednesday by the middle of the week. But then maybe beyond that, there could be another shot of colder that could be loading up from the north. But again, pretty far out, folks. We're not even going to look at it. Well, we're looking at it right now. I'm sorry, I lied. We're looking at it right now, but we're not going to get too carried away with this. We'll just focus on the next 7 days. So now let's talk about rain chances. Are there any rain chances, storm chances, snow chances in the mix over the next couple of days? And the good news is, for places in the south, yes. As for the west coast and parts of the northwest United States, not looking too likely. The main action for rain chances does stay into the south, mainly portions of eastern Texas into Louisiana, maybe even into Mississippi as well. Here you go, look at the 6 to 10 day temperature. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Now let's talk about our precipitation chances, taking a look at the Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. The good news is there is some rain chances for the southern half of the United States. The best chances kind of sit along East Texas into Louisiana, into Mississippi, and parts of Alabama. As for the West Coast, looking like some drier weather is going to stick around into portions of the Northwest United States. But I do believe the best chances do range from about eastern Texas and flowing eastward of that area. Let's start with the top-down approach in the atmosphere. Let's take a look at the 500 millibar hot anomaly map, which is ridiculously wordy. So this is the jet stream. This is just an easier way for us to, again, pick out storm systems and get an idea on where we could be seeing some rain chances or some thunderstorm chances pop out in the near future. So here we go, taking a look at the 500 millibar height anomaly map. Again, just the jet stream. We're just going to pick out a couple storm systems here, folks. So here we go, going into Thursday and out into Friday. There's a storm system out there kicking into Mississippi that could maybe try to kick off a couple showers along the southeast coast. So places like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, maybe even North Carolina could get on a couple showers on Friday. Now going into Saturday into Sunday, here comes a storm system over California. There, right there is your storm system coming in off California, and that's going to help to push eastward. And as that pushes eastward, that's going to help to kick up some rain chances as we head into the later parts of the week, next week. So here we go. This is going to push eastward as we get into Monday and Tuesday. And as that pushes out Monday and Tuesday, that could maybe kick up a couple showers along East Texas into Louisiana, into maybe even into western Mississippi as well. But again, it's nothing crazy, just a couple scattered showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder or two. But again, a pretty calm pattern for the next several days. That kicks out, and by then, going into the second half of the upcoming work week, so mild weather sets in once again. Taking a look at the future radar, what it could look like, again, we're going to continue pulling from the European model. This is just my preferred choice. Again, I think the European is much better than the GFS, has a bit of a tendency to not get as carried away when we get into long-term patterns. But here we go. Wednesday and Thursday looks to be pretty decent. Looking into Friday as well, pretty calm as well. But then going into the start of the upcoming work week, here comes our rain chances and our storm chances kicking up in far southeastern Texas. So places near Houston and then into northern Louisiana, into western Mississippi, could get on some couple showers as well as maybe even a rumble of thunder. And those rain chances are going to kind of lock in for Monday into Tuesday and into Wednesday as well. And there you go, another storm system kicking up on Wednesday, Tuesday into Wednesday, kicking up for North Texas and Western Texas as well. Again, this is nothing crazy, folks. This is just a couple of scattered showers. Maybe you can mix in rumble thunder, but overall, nothing too crazy, nothing to get overly concerned about, nothing to be concerned about at all, actually. So just a pretty calm pattern for the next 7 days. That kicks in out of here by Wednesday, bringing rain chances now into Arkansas and parts of the Ohio Valley, into Tennessee and into Kentucky as well. And then maybe by the later half of the upcoming work week, could see rain chances once again return into Mississippi and Alabama as well. Wrapping all up, we are done with the freezer off cold weather. Well, kind of. There's still a couple places across the eastern half of the United States that will continue to deal with cold temperatures. But then as we head into the weekend, we do have signs of some better weather on the way, as some more seasonal and some mild weather could usher into portions of the United States by about Sunday into Monday. And then rain chances do return for Texas as well as the Deep South as we head into the upcoming work week, and those will continue onward throughout much of the upcoming work week. Remember, I'm Weatherman Cam. This is the EF5 Network. Be sure to like, comment, and please subscribe. It is free. It costs you 1 second to subscribe. And then if you have a question, by all means, leave that question here and we'll answer that in our next video. Thank you all for watching.